Here's a joke. How do you get a one-handed Portuguese down from the tree?
How?
You wave.
So what do you call 1,000 Portuguese skydiving?
What?
Air pollution.
What did he say?
Okay. Pause this one. Well, you don't have to pause it, but you can leave it out.
What's up, you dinglings? Thank you for tuning in. We are... Who that, KANAK?
I'm the 808 Warrior.
And this is WARRiOR and KANAK Reacts. But we're doing something a little different today. Today we're looking at a clip from Joe Rogan's podcast, The Truth About Living in Hawaii with Gabrielle Reese. If you guys don't know, that's Laird Hamilton's wife. So have you seen this video?
I have, yes.
Oh, you seen this video already? Okay.
I have.
Well,
but it's actually been a while, so I don't even remember it off the top of my head. I just know I have seen this.
Okay.
But I wouldn't mind watching it again.
This is my first time watching it, so gonna get a genuine reaction. Here we go.
By the life that you guys live in Hawaii, that it's because I've always had this like idealized idea, like one day, like move to the Big Island, just chill on the side of a mountain, stop around, fly out to do gigs, but live out there where everything's just more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, is it okay?
You know, there's a lot going on, and like the Big Island is obviously big.
That's a city.
Yeah, no,
Almost.
it's big.
Well, not the Big Island.
Yeah,
rather,
Oahu has, it's sort of like LA on the.
Oh no! Okay, wait. I've seen a clip with her in it from Joe Rogan's podcast, but I've never seen this video.
Yeah, no, it was like a full hour something long episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because I watched that one and I watched Laird Hamilton's one afterwards, but the short, like I said, in general, I was probably fading out in between. So
Yeah, I've seen Laird Hamilton's one, his interview with Joe Rogan. Okay, sorry.
Beach, but you know, there's a couple things. I think because it is a primal environment, like we live on Kauai, which is pretty heavy duty as far as it's quiet. There's not a lot of distraction. There's a really heavy duty nature. And so I grew up in St. Thomas on the Virgin Islands, so I was used to kind of being on an island, but you're with yourself a lot. So if you have things to do that are, you know, productive, then it's perfect. But what you have to always calibrate is like the downtime, or it's been raining off and on for like over a year on Kauai.
Whoa.
Yeah. So after a while, it'd be like Seattle in that way where it starts getting heavy.
But it's sunny too, right?
Yeah, Kauai gets a lot of rainfall.
it's a lot of rainfall. It's for me, very slow.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
have you been to Lanai before?
no Lanai and Molokai Ni'ihau, not yet.
Lanai is it's kind of like that, where it's cool weather majority of the year, and it's maybe half the amount of days of sunshine. The other half is rain and cold. So yeah, Kauai is the same thing.
It can be. And
That's the weirdest thing about the islands, is that there's different climates on this island. Like the Big Island has desert.
yes.
It has
Yep.
tropical rainforest.
Yep.
It has a volcano. It has all this shit. It has snow.
I think it has every weather climate except Arctic. I believe at least Maui and the Big Island have sort of every type of climate.
It's crazy that just a little bit further down, it'll be different. It'll be raining constantly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Or you just go the other side and it's completely dry,
Yeah.
or they have dwarf trees because they never see the sun. But
It's like being in Lahaina, the starting of your day, and then ending up in Hana, where it's like always wet.
Just wet,
Yeah.
cold, green,
Yeah.
super healthy and lush.
Yeah, that's the word, lush. Yeah.
Totally.
200 feet in the places that it's sunny, it's pretty
Yeah.
trippy.
And you could drive around the whole thing. And like, how many hours does it take you to drive around the Big Island?
Ooh,
Oh, Big Island, I don't know,
hours.
like 4 hours or something.
Not
like that.
even.
I think so.
bro,
Not
no
even,
way.
not 4 hours. It's more like
Way more than
if
that.
I have to guesstimate, and like if you just do it nonstop, probably like 8 hours if you're going nonstop. But then you got to stop at gas stations. It's literally a road trip.
It is, because I like staying in KANAK, but we usually have family and stuff to do in
Hilo, yeah.
So we always take the Old Saddle Road, which still takes at
Still,
least
yeah,
an hour and a half
yeah.
or more.
And if you go like Waikoloa side, go all the way around, that's just
Go all-
like
it's
3
even longer.
hours. That's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like the Big Island.
Love it.
Interesting.
I like Maui.
You do?
That's my favorite.
Every island's different. Their personalities are different, but I like it. I mean, we've been doing this for over 23 years. When I met Laird, he was big waves sort of come in winter. So when low pressures bring snow, like to the rest of the mainland, that low pressure can also bring big waves. And then my season was summer, so we sort of went back and forth, and that's a
Windsurf.
really good blend. Because you can come to California and be like, oh, it's a busy world. I can see a lot of people. I can learn stuff. I can do stuff. And then I also makes you appreciate when you go back to Hawaii, you're like, clean air, really clean water, very
Yeah,
beautiful
clean air
place.
for sure.
Some of the ways, the ideas about the way they live there, it's simple in a good way. I don't mean that in any way like a derogatory. It's like they're not angling and trying to get somewhere. It's like, no, we're living.
Right.
But it can be also a really hard place. A really hard place.
She's right in that sense. Like a lot of people, they like there's a famous line from Beyond Paradise, like towards the beginning of the movie, and the Holly Boys ask Mark Thompson, "So what do you think about Hawaii? It's a little different from the postcards, yeah."
It's a little different from the postcards.
It's true. After you get past all the fucking touristy shit and the beach and the
Yes.
fucking sunsets and all that shit, it's basically like any other fucking city or town that you go to where there's drugs, there's stupid gang.
Depending on the island that
Shit.
you're on, you know,
Yeah.
Jamer's from Maui. I'm originally from Oahu, and I can tell you, Oahu is a Los Angeles on an island.
It's basically-
over
yeah.
1 million people stuffed on a rock.
If you take LA or like downtown LA or in South Central area and you just slap it into a fucking island, that's what you get. You get that shit.
There's nothing that you can't do on Oahu or in the mainland that you can't do on Oahu, honestly.
Yeah.
From legal to illegal. You know, illegal being, we all know casino. There's no legalized gambling, but
Nope.
we know there's game rooms and shit
Yep.
all over the
All
islands.
over.
Prostitution is illegal. We know there's prostitutes and massage parlors all over the place.
Yep. Drugs.
Chick.
Drugs is heavy, especially on Maui. Like it's all over Hawaii, but
We
in
still deal with
Lahaina
the same
alone,
problems.
there's like, I would say an epidemic. It's sad, but you know,
Yeah.
people think, oh, you live in paradise, everything's all good. You guys get 70 plus degree weather all year round. It's like, no, that's the benefit.
That's always a pros.
That's the
but there's
benefit of
always
living
cons.
in Hawaii. But you know, you deal with the same shit regardless of where you live.
Well, I
True
think,
that.
you know, and you're also talking about a warrior culture, right? Polynesians. So you have like this very intense love and, you know, when they talk about the aloha spirit, generosity, they have like this, and then they're very powerful people as well. And sometimes if they're not living as they're in their most natural way that they were supposed to, and then you couple it with, you know, there's not a ton of opportunities there. It's hard to live there. It's far away. It's expensive. And sometimes, you know, it sounds cliche, but it's like we really do as human organisms either need to be busy. So like, okay, working from sun up to sundown for our food, which is how it used to be. And then you're just so tired, you just go to bed and it's pretty simple and let's just survive it. Or in the world that we live in now, it's like, how do we get people doing things that are kind of productive? And you think, oh, I just would sit on the beach and look at the mountain. And it's like, yeah, and after a while you get bored. And if you're a warrior, you're either going to go, you know, do something with that is good for you, or you might not.
Yeah, she nailed it on the head. I mean, obviously, because she lives there, she understands. But there's just so many times where especially like people that I used to train with and I lived with. Well, it's it's so easy to get really bored and just want to go out and fuck up some people. It's,
Do something.
yeah, because if you're not like how she said, if you're not staying productive or doing things that take up your time, you're gonna find something. And like, I'm not. I've known people that had that same kind of mentality, but for some reason, it's always local people or people from Hawaii. Or if they're not doing something productive, they just want to punch something. You know what I mean?
Something totally counterproductive.
Yes. It's because it's I don't know. Like she said, it's like a warrior culture, which she's not wrong.
Well, I mean,
know?
there is that movie, and I felt that this one movie had a super good saying that's very true in life for everybody. Idle hands is the devil's playground,
Yeah,
and some of us just can't sit still. We have to stay active because the moment that we're not, that's when that
It
little
starts
devil
to
on our
frighten
shoulder starts
something, yeah.
talking even more, and then we get in our own heads. It's a lot of people, and it's rough. You got to stay productive, or otherwise you're going to be anti-productive.
yeah, or be
That's-
violent or harmful to other people. Because
Yep.
I mean, I've been like that in
It's-
the past. I'm pretty sure you've been like that in the past. So
It honestly is kind of our nature. I still to this day even fight with my inner just wanting to rage moments.
when she says that, like Hawaiians in particular are like a warrior culture, I don't think that's true in a sense that it's only Hawaiians, like Kanaka Maoli people. But if you grew up in Hawaii and you're around that sort of culture, you kind of
It grows in you.
yeah, you feel that becomes you. So I think it's just like a Hawaii thing because there's a lot of places in the world that have that sort of same
The warrior mentality.
culture. Yeah. And like a lot of people don't, because they don't have an outlet like football or martial arts or something, or like surfing. That's why you see a lot of guys that get into scraps too, is like a lot of surfers that I've known because I used to surf and but if they don't have that outlet, it turns into violence.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It'll get the better of all of us.
So I think there's a lot of that there. I've learned a lot from that culture, but they're a pretty powerful. They're a powerful group, and it can go the other way pretty quick, where it's if there's drugs and alcohol or beefing and like it's all that. So it's
that was really disturbing when I found out how much drug abuse there is on some of the islands.
crystal meth especially.
Yeah,
I
sad.
was just talking about.
Well, it's again, it goes
Yeah.
back to boredom. Like think about when your kids have to stay home for one day.
Yep.
It's just, and now we have all the internet and all this stuff. So now you sort of think, oh, the rest of the world has they're all busy and doing fabulous, perfect things. And it's hard. Like you got to find people that you're like, let's do something. Let's go. I mean, can you train alone every single time? No.
Right.
So you'd have to have a tribe of people that are like, let's go do this activity. And sometimes it's not that easy.
Well, so there's you say there's 70,000 people on the island?
On Kauai, yeah. Kauai is
Oh,
probably the
yeah,
least
I was-
inhabited.
Say more?
It's the
No.
oldest island, so it has most
70
erosion,
just in
largest
Kailua
beaches,
alone.
and that's where Laird grew up. And it's
Wow.
a really
Lanai's the least inhabited of the islands, isn't it?
well, yeah. I
Or
mean, I don't.
Molokai?
It's not that I
Molokai?
don't count it.
Niihau.
Yeah, I mean of the bigger islands.
Right.
Yeah, Molokai, man, you don't mess with Molokai.
No?
Man, that shit. Nah, I got family on Molokai, so I can say it. But no, I'm just tired of seeing, especially when we were living back home, all these Molokai and Mobetta stickers all over their cars and shit. I was like, bro, if Molokai and Mobetta, go back to Molokai. No,
Yeah.
but it's whatever. Whatever.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Wow.
like you got to ask permission to go hang out over there.
Really?
Oh, kind of. Yeah, it's cool though because it's like if
Yeah, she's right about that. Like, you can't just go there and expect the same kind of experience that you like get on Oahu or Big Island or Maui. Way different vibe. Because like you go there without somebody bringing you there, then they're like, who the is this guy coming to my island kind of thing. But oh yeah, you've never been to Molokai, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Lanai, Molokai, Niihau.
Yeah, but Molokai is beautiful too, though. But a lot of their sense of community is nothing like you've ever seen, because it's more like ohana. It's more like family instead of a community kind of situation.
Yeah.
they'd be like, no, you can't. You're out. You got to go.
Really?
Totally.
So
It's great.
So it's just the people that live there. You can't like move to Molokai.
Yeah, I mean, like Eddie Vedder has a place on Molokai.
Does he?
Yep, and it has had for many, many years. But I think he probably asked if that was going to be cool.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I have
Yep.
some friends that just went hunting there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, they hunted axes.
Yeah, like I said, like unless you're going there with somebody or you already had permission, you're not going to be treated
Harassed.
different. Yeah, but if you go there just on a whim, or like if tourists are like, "Oh, I want to go
random.
to Molokai,"
Stick to the beach.
probably not. No, just stick to the harbor. Don't even leave the harbor.
Just here
Yeah.
on Molokai.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place and the people are amazing. But it's not like, oh, I'm just going to buy a house there or
Right.
build a house. There's no way.
No
Yep,
way.
not like it.
Wow, that's interesting that
Yeah,
these different islands have their own like rules.
Well, Nihiau is you can't even.
Whoa.
Yeah, can you say that one more time for me?
Whoa.
I just want to see how she said it.
Whoa.
Nihi. She didn't pause up between the knees.
We're gonna replay this shit.
Build a house. There's no way.
No way.
No way.
Wow, that's interesting that
Yeah,
these different islands have their own like rules.
Well, Nihiau is.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. It's okay. I mean, now if another Hawaiian or Polynesian person said it funny, I might say something, but no, I'll let her slide.
I don't know, cause like how long she's lived in Hawaii? Like, okay, the mispronunciation of Molokai and Lanai and all that I can let that
I
slide.
just said it. I said Lanai.
I
and they say
can-
Lanai.
I can let that slide because that's fine. But fully
It's ni hao.
mispronouncing, like if she said ni hao, I would be okay with that. But ni hao,
Nihao.
Oh, bro.
Nihao.
moving on.
Is you can't go there.
You're not even allowed to go.
No.
I didn't even know that was an island.
Yeah, it's off of
How do
Kauai.
you say it again? Nihiau.
Nihiau. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's even funnier every time they say it.
It's
You ever heard of that? Jamie's a big fan of.
Just for clarification, it's pronounced ni hao. It's Ni Okina I
Okina.
Hau. Ni hao.
Pause. You guys see the little Okina between the letters? Pause. Pause.
And in Hawaiian
That's
language,
what that means.
Well, to people who don't know Hawaiian language, it looks like an apostrophe, but it's like a backwards apostrophe. And in Hawaiian language, it's an actual letter. It's not just
Yes,
an
it's a little
apostrophe.
bit more than
Yeah.
a pause, but
it's
it helps you
ni'i.
guys to third
It's like
attention.
you take it's not like it's not like ni. It's like ni'i. It's like when you have two of the same letter put together without the okina, it's pronounced ni, like elongated of that letter. But if you put an apostrophe or okina between it's ni'i hao. That's how that
Comprende?
works. That's how that works.
Nihiau.
yeah. He looks like he's been to Nihiau. No, they
Wow.
have. It's all like they probably have the largest percentage of Hawaiians there. So
Interesting.
it's cool. I mean, pretty cool.
That's got to be a great view. Like I found that like there's a big difference between the culture of say Maui versus the culture of Lanai. Lanai is more islandy to me, whereas Maui seems like a little bit gentrified.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Because I grew up on Lanai, and I've also grew up on Maui. So like I spent my summers on Maui in Lahaina, and I spent like my school years and all that shit from elementary to intermediate on Lanai. Totally different. Like the people on Lanai are what people think of Hawaii as laid back and like chill and cruise and all that shit. That's what Lanai is. But from obviously from other places like other islands like Oahu and Maui, especially, it's like what Joe Rogan just said. It's like it's gentrified. There's more. I guess gentrified is like the best definition because
It's a little bit more. It's urban,
I guess so.
a
Yeah.
little bit more cityfied, a little bit.
also the wind, because Maui's so windy.
Yes.
It brought all the Europeans in the 80s to windsurf. So you also have not only mainland U.S. and then Japanese culture, 80s. Now you're talking about Europeans for wind and windsurfing. So it has a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think Maui, it was almost like a surprise how quick it developed, and they never had a chance to get on top of it.
Yep.
Oh, that's
If that makes
interesting.
sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on something real quick. So like how she said about Europeans and Japan has a lot of influence on Hawaii because relations between Hawaii and Japan has been going on for thousands of years.
Mind, yes, Japanese were here before the bombing.
Yeah, all that shit.
So
But what a lot of people don't know is that on the northern side of Maui, there's actually been like a small little colony of Europeans, Russians, in specifically. That's why a lot of Hawaiians have like a lot of fair-skinned Hawaiians. Like my mom, like you would never think that my mom looks the way she looks because she's fair-skinned. She almost look hapa, and like even in like my hair, I have like red, especially in my beard and my head. I have some red hair, which is like how the did that happen? But
you ginger, bro.
yeah, partially gingerbread. Nah, but yeah, a lot of people don't know that there was a small little village or colony of Europeans and Russians that settled in the north side of Maui.
Hawaii in general, it's a melting pot of the world.
Yep.
I mean, you go look at my grandparents. My grandma is Hawaiian Portuguese. You look at her, full on fair skin, white. She looks white, black hair, but she's Hawaiian Portuguese. My grandpa is Hawaiian Chinese. Hence, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but you see like my Chinese whiskers over here a little thicker than the rest of this. So we all have our little traits that we're all multi.
Traits that they left behind.
Bloodlines in us.
Yeah.
Like me, and then my dad would be Hawaiian Puerto Rican. So like I have Hawaiian, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Portuguese, Filipino. There's Filipino in there too.
Yeah.
We're all just a big old mixed plate.
Yeah. Majority of
Melting pot
me
of love.
is Hawaiian, but there's so much other shit in there that I don't even care to like list because I just go off of the majority of the shit that I have. So
I just remember, like, for me, I know my grandma was Hawaiian Portuguese. I know my grandpa was Hawaiian Chinese.
And Portuguese, just so you guys know, Portuguese is a slang term for Portuguese. So whenever you hear Portuguese, that's what that means. Also, in correlation to that word, Portuguese is someone who can't stop talking. Or like
pigeon word of the day.
Hey, you gotta say that for the podcast.
Portuguese.
Say it for the podcast. But we'll drop it in here for a little bit. So Portuguese, when someone tells you that you're Portuguese, that means like you're not necessarily has something bad to say, but you always have something to say. You're always driving the conversation. You're always
talking.
Yeah.
Always going. Can't
Even
shut up.
after the conversation is done, you're right back in there with the other conversation. So,
And then another thing we used to say, oh, this guy so Portuguese would be like, that guy who's
yeah,
the baboos
a
who's
dunce,
like, trying to
somebody, like, doing
fix something, but like,
stupid.
wait, what are you doing?
Someone
Yeah,
that
like,
does
there's-
something ass backwards.
Yes.
Like, here's a joke. So, how you get one Portuguese down from the tree?
How?
Wait, how do you get a one-handed Portuguese down from the tree?
How?
You wave. Because the Portuguese, in this instance, because he's one-handed and he's holding onto the tree, if you wave at him, he's going to wave back and he'll fall off. So that's what, Portuguese, in a sense, will do something stupid.
So what do you call 1,000 Portuguese skydiving?
What?
Air pollution.
What did he say?
Okay. Pause this one. Well, you don't have to pause it, but you can leave it out. But okay, there are 3 guys caught during the war. They're all sentenced to death by guillotine. So the executioner, who's Samoan, he goes up to the first guy. He goes up to the Hawaiian. Who you, Mano? It's your turn over here on the block. So Mano goes up to he goes up to the block. He's like, hey, wait, you want to face down? You want to face up? The Hawaiian looks at him and goes, oh, I don't look at the blade, bro. Go face down. So the executioner pulls the rope. The blade drops, but gets stuck before it cuts the Hawaiian's head off. So the Hawaiian's allowed to go free. Equipment failure. Calls a Chinese guy up next. The executioner asks the Chinese guy, you want to face down? You want to face up? He goes, oh, I don't look at the blade. I go face down. So the executioner pulls the rope again, but the blade drops and gets stuck before it cuts the Japanese guy's head off. So
Wait,
he's allowed
Japanese
to go free.
or Chinese? He said he was Chinese first.
Ah,
Okay, Japanese. Okay, we'll go Japanese.
He's allowed to go free. Equipment failure. So the Portuguese guy's up next. He goes, hey, you want to face down? You want to face up? The Portuguese guy goes, I'm not scared of the blade, bro. I'll go face up. So the executioner's just about to pull the rope, and the Portuguese yell, wait. I see the problem.
Yeah.
Portuguese jokes, bro. Portuguese jokes.
Yeah, that's from Portuguese right there. But yeah, that's our reaction video. Drop in a comment if you guys got any more videos that we want us to check out. I'm KANAK.
And I'm the 808 Warrior.
I'll catch you guys in the next one. Shoot.
Allah.
Drop the